I'm taking this huge mess of antenna and replacing it today with this, the Emmcom III Base, this time on K6UDA radio. Well, first of all, I think I'm going to take this up, way up here, and set it up on the roof. Now, the antenna that I've been using for the past couple of years is this homemade inverted V, aka a dipole, fed with 450 ohm ladder line. We're taking that down today. Just like that, it's up. And my pole's not all bent over like it was. So I actually hung this up here, right under my eaves. This is where the old one was, the old bowline, and all that line, all gone now. This has actually 3 connections on it at present, but it is working really well. So now the real deal here is when I turn on the HF rig in here, put it on 40 or 80 meters, the biggest thing that I've noticed is a reduction in my overall noise level. It was, for the last 2 years or so, running at about S8 pretty consistently, sometimes S7. So now you can see that it's dropped considerably. No longer am I that constant S7 to S8 noise level. I'm now down, bouncing between an S5 and an S6, which is huge. 1 to 2 S units for me has made the difference between me being able to hear other people and not. So we're down at about an S6 noise level right now. And also part of the analysis part of the 9th Reconnaissance Technical Squadron. And the mission planners used to come down with long sets of cards. We'd run them through the computer and output maps and other material that they went back. So I've jumped down from an S8 to an S6, which is huge. This is a clean looking antenna system. I ended up grounding this antenna because it was getting into the FTM 400, and it was also triggering the FTM 100 when I would transmit. But I'll tell you what, just putting a ground strap on there, just hooking up the ground wire and running that to the ground rod that I have right outside the shack, made all the difference. All that RF that was getting into these other radios and screwing things up here, that's all gone. Shame on you. You motherfuckers didn't even tell me I had shit all over my face. Alright, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. What do I think of the Emmcom III? First of all, really easy to set up. This thing, yeah, they say typically under 30 minutes, and I think if I didn't have to climb up on the roof and pull stuff down and take another antenna apart, it would have been much less than that. the single wire end fed component of it. Very, very easy to throw that up in a tree or do whatever you need to do with that. Getting everything else configured, it took a little bit of trial and error. I ran a one counterpoise for right now. I don't know where else I'm going to run other pieces of counterpoise if I wanted to try that. But they say the more counterpoises you run, the better the performance of the antenna. I have one run right now. Seems to be doing pretty good. I also ran the ground, a ground wire to my ground strap. That made a huge difference with RF getting into the shack. The Emmcom III Base is $150. Not a bad price for a good quality antenna. If you're looking for step IR performance, well, go buy a step IR or something, because this is a simple wire antenna. This is not a complex Yagi. Don't expect that kind of performance out of it. As far as the power that it'll handle, it says up to 500 watts intermittently on sideband or sideband based digital. I've run it up to 300 watts on my consistent little basis, and it performs just fine. It says 250 watts max on full duty cycle stuff. One of the neat things about this antenna is it can be used as an inverted L, it can be used as an inverted V, it can be used as a sloper. So the method of putting this thing together and configuring it are pretty much limited by the ARRL antenna book and your imagination. Would I buy it? Yeah, I would. At $150, it is actually a good antenna. It's a good choice. It seems to be working better than my home-built dipole that I probably spent all of, close to $75–80 to put together. Anyway, guys, hope this helped you out. Hope you learned a little something, maybe. If not, I hope it entertained you. That's all I've got this time. I'm Bob, K6UDA, and I'm out of here, 7-3.